Hey guys, it is Tuesday, August 18th, around 3:30 West Coast time. I just want to give you a quick update on the 2019 Colanetta Caldwell Cab. I just got a couple of samples sent to me that I wanted to open and taste and kind of give you my impressions. So just as a reminder, the vineyard is it's about 12 acres on a kind of hillside, probably about a 10-degree slope in Coombsville, which is basically kind of the southern side of Napa. It tends to be a cooler region. It harvests quite late, like mid-October generally, and it tends to produce very, very dark wines, a lot of sort of black fruit, a lot of good structure, a lot of good acidity. Pretty excited about it. Last year, 2019, was a pretty phenomenal year for Napa cabs. I've tasted through a number of them. Actually, the winery where we make them, I've tasted through probably 10 cabs, and honestly, I think our cab is the best one. So this is Clone 4. So we basically have Clone 4 and Clone 337. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell the color from this, but it is pretty opaque, very, very, very dark ruby, purple. Yeah, let's bottle it now. It smells like cab. It's got a lot of, also a lot of oak. So we're doing about 60%, 70% new French oak. This is from 100% new oak barrel, but it really has absorbed, kind of gobbled up a lot of the oak. But you get a lot of the kind of dark fruit, blackberry, cassis, slightly herbal, not in a kind of a overpowering way, but a nice, very, very slight herbalness. Let's see what it tastes like. So nice. So really, really nice acidity. We actually didn't make any acidity adjustments to Clone 4. We brought this one in earlier. Had pretty good acidity profile coming in, so we didn't make any adjustments. Really, really good tannin structure, kind of nice and grippy, but pretty fine grained tannins. We could, yeah, I don't say we could bottle this up, but I don't know, we may bottle this in the springtime rather than the summertime. The current plan is to bottle it in June and blend it with the other clone, which is the 337. And so we did about 4 tons of the Clone 4 and only about 1.5 tons of Clone 7. Kind of pretty similar, very, very similar color, kind of similar density. Maybe slightly lighter. Clone 337 tends to have not quite as thick skins as Clone 4, but it tends to be a little bit more fruit driven. Which, yeah, it actually smells quite a bit like Clone 4. So this wine tastes younger. Surprisingly, it actually is a little bit more tannic, which is not normally a characteristic of 337. But it also depends a lot on the site. So you can have kind of the site-specific characteristics can often be more prominent than the kind of clonal characteristics. The acidity is a little bit lower. I do remember we even made a small acid adjustment to Clone 337 because the pH came in quite high. We harvested this about 2 weeks later than the Clone 4. It's about the same sugar level, but I remember the pHs were kind of in the high 3.9s, and we really brought it down to kind of around a 3.8 level. So we're going to blend these two wines together because we have 4 tons, I think, of the Clone 4 and 1.5 of the 337. The Clone 4 is really going to dominate. And to tell you the truth, other than a little bit lower acidity in the 337 and slightly less dense, I actually don't get a lot of differences between the two. Yeah, so really both lovely wines. I definitely think this is going to be the best wine that we've made so far. I think so. Yeah, I mean, of the wines that I've tasted at this point, this is the strongest wine in terms of basically density, kind of prominence of fruit, structure, really, really good acidity and more fine-grained tannins. Oh man, and it's got like even a kind of a pencil shavings thing going on. Yeah, I think we're all gonna be super, super excited with this wine. It's going to be in barrel. I think again we're about 70% new oak. It's going to be in barrel through next June when we will bottle it. So in the springtime, we'll look at the possibility of blending. Usually we're going to blend to try to address some kind of deficit in a wine, right? To beef up the color or flesh out the mid palate, bring the acidity up or down. This is a really, really solid wine. And I would not be surprised to see this as 100% cab from a single vineyard. Most of the time we do a little bit of blending, but I don't know. I'm really, really excited about this wine. So yeah, not much else to say. It's gonna be a really great wine. So the 2018 Stagecoach and Caldwell are, I've shipped out to probably about maybe 20 or 30 people, but there's over 100 and so on the list. So when it cools down, we'll start shipping again. And then I'm also working on a 2020 project. It's not a guarantee, but if I can find the time to kind of negotiate with a couple of growers I'm talking to, then we'll do another cab in this year. Okay, hope everyone's well. Bye.